Welcome to the Real California Milk Snackcelerator, powered by Venture Fuel. This program taps into the $605 billion global snack food market while combining two of California's great natural resources: high-quality, sustainable dairy products and the insatiable California entrepreneurial spirit. The competition aims to inspire innovation and investment in dairy-based snack products. Venture Fuel is the leading corporate innovation consultancy, identifying and recruiting applicants from their global innovation network of investors, founders, and academics. We saw a 153% increase in qualified applications from our first program with CMAB, which is a testament to the momentum we have been building together, as well as the opportunity in marrying snacking innovation with dairy. We saw applications from Ghana to Oakland that included personalized nutrition, functional foods, as well as unique flavor profiles inspired by cultures around the world.
The purpose of this competition is to inspire new product ideas integrating the natural characteristics and nutritional profile of California milk. And this year's entries certainly delivered. In fact, when the judging committee evaluated the applications, we saw so many unique opportunities, it was clear that we needed to find a way to expand the program further.
Each received a stipend and extensive group resources to help accelerate their business, including private mentor sessions with the who's who of the dairy and snacking industries.
And now they meet the judges in a gauntlet of industry experts to determine who is the best of the best. And of course, their toughest competition will be each other. Welcome to the Real California Milk Snackcelerator.
Hello and welcome to the Real California Milk Snackcelerator, and happy Veterans Day, everyone. On behalf of everyone at the California Milk Advisory Board and my team at Venture Fuel, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. It has been an absolute honor for us to help work with all these different startups and focus on product innovation that can create new jobs, new opportunities, and more demand for the California dairy industry. I'd love to start off by telling you a little bit about how the competition is going to work tonight. So if we could bring up our competitive slate. Here we go. So this is our second product innovation competition with CMAB. And as you saw in the video, we saw an 153% increase in applications, and they came from all around the world. These 4 companies and the other 12 semifinalists have been mentored by the best and brightest executives across industries: Nestle, Diageo, Food Network Magazine, Hershey's, Conagra, and so many other great companies. Each of them received a stipend to perfect their products before tonight, and you'll see so much of that work on display. They created commercials and custom pitches. They reworked their logos and packaging. They tweaked their formulas, all to come compete tonight to go to the finals for the $200,000 first place and $100,000 second place. And quite honestly, if they've made it this far, they have already won. So let's take a look at the requirements. You're going to see a wider range of companies throughout the competition, from yogurt to ice cream to crisps. To be eligible, the companies needed to be a dairy snack, which means they needed to have at least 50% of their product be made up of dairy. And they committed that if they win, that dairy will be 100% real California dairy. Before we kick this off, I'd like to introduce you to the CEO of CMAB, Mr. John Talbot. John, welcome to the show. John, I think you're on mute, actually. So as we bring John back to the screen here in a moment, I will say this is the 4th semifinal. We just came off of the 3rd one. It was extremely exciting as we tried to figure out which products are going to make it till next Thursday. And we've had some upsets so far, quite honestly. It's been a lot of fun. Each of these, we have 500 consumers that are voting on all of the products. So we're getting a lot of consumer feedback, as well as the expert judges who are giving their points of view. So it's been a really fun program. We just switched over to Vimeo, which has been exciting to maybe the cause of this small tech issue. As we're waiting for John, I thought maybe I could tell you a little bit about the products that have moved forward so far. So the company that just won was Sac Foods. Tarush is the name of the founder. and he created an organic flavored paneer. So very innovative, very scalable product, super exciting. And then yesterday we had two semifinals. We had Peekaboo ice cream, which is Jessica is the founder. Incredibly interesting idea. It's essentially taking vegetables and hiding them within ice cream. So think mint chocolate chip, but within it you have multiple servings of spinach. Definitely a fan favorite in my household, and a good way to get everyone to eat their vegetables. Great. So we're actually going to come back to John another time. We'll fit him in. He's the chairman. So sorry, he's the CEO. So we'll be sure to get him on. But we're going to go and introduce our judges in the meantime. So I'm going to start off with Marcelo DeSantis. Marcelo is a technology leader, executive advisor, digital transformation at ThoughtWorks. Prior, he was CIO of Fortune 500 companies that you may have heard of: Kraft Foods, Mondelez, Pirelli. Marcelo is co-founder and president of Angeles Investors, and he currently serves on the board of directors at UNICEF and the Hispanic IT Executive Council. Marcelo, it is always an honor to be in your presence. I appreciate you joining us tonight.
My pleasure, Fred, of being here. Thank you very much for coming.
I'm going to turn next to Noel Rosa. Noel is the president of the Rosa Brothers Milk Company. He and his brother Roland are third-generation dairy farmers. They began production of their glass-bottled milk and super premium ice cream in September of 2012 with only a handful of stores. Today, their products can be found in over 750 locations, and Noel knows every side of this business. Noel, it's a pleasure to have you and to see you again.
Thanks for having me, Fred.
Heather Boyd, I'll sum it up this way. If I was launching a product, Heather would be my very first phone call. Heather is a seasoned leader across Smirnoff, Johnnie Walker, and Guinness. She has a track record of accelerating businesses. She's taken large-scale cannabis startup Acreage Holdings through rapid expansion as their chief innovation officer, and she has led the successful turnaround of a $250 million brand in a mature beer market, as well as mobilized a chain sales team to become the top performing sales team in the country. Heather, it is so nice to see you.
Thanks for having me, Fred.
Last but not least, Jarrett Margolis. Jarrett serves as a consultant to the California Milk Advisory Board's business development team, working with retail and processor teams to expand distribution for California dairy. As the former vice president of sales and business development for Cool House Ice Cream, Jarrett led the charge for distribution of the brand across the US and internationally. Jarrett, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Fred. Excited to be here.
Jarrett is also the way that we got all of these samples to the judges. He helped walk us through the drama of FedEx in the middle of a pandemic to get ice cream into some of the warmest places in the country. So I owe Jarrett a huge debt of gratitude. So let me break down how this is all going to work for everybody. If we could pull up the agenda. So each startup is going to begin with a 30-second commercial that they've created for this competition. There will then be a 5-minute pitch where they take you through their product, where it is, where they hope to take it. And that will lead into an 8-minute Q&A with the esteemed judges that you just met. So how are they going to judge these companies? They're going to look at 4 things. Uniqueness. This is a product innovation competition. We don't want tried and true. We want something breakthrough and different. Taste. This is food. It's got to taste awesome. Viability and scale. We don't want this just to be innovation theater. We want to find products that are going to scale and generate significant revenue, both for these companies and California dairy farms. And then we're going to look at the founding team. Are these the right people to lead these companies to where they need to get to? At the end, we're going to ask the judges to stack rank the companies in order of preference. We've also partnered with a consumer research company that's quite a disruptor themselves. They're called Perksy, and they facilitated a fan vote, which I mentioned before, where they went out to over 500 consumers and asked them which of these products would they put in their shopping basket. So we're going to incorporate that fan vote in with our expert judge vote, and we'll get to a winner tonight to see who's going to move on to the finals. So if we're ready to go, and we're ready to go. there's nothing better than in your ear hearing, we're ready to go. So we're going to get to our first company here, Moodys Ice Cream and founder Rachel Reinhardt.
Moodys, mood-enhancing ice cream. Real wellness ingredients now make your favorite feel-good food even better. In snackable sizes, so you can get to your happy place on the go. Moodys, flavors you feel.
Life is hard. Ask 2020, right? In tough times, we often want a spoon with ice cream, the most emotionally eaten food on earth. This simple truth is a big market opportunity. Moodys makes the world's ultimate feel-good food actually help you feel better with mood-boosting ingredients straight out of the booming wellness industry. And we're the people to do it. I'm Rachel, and I grew up in Idaho where I lived production agriculture and studied dairy farm management in college. I learned about dairy foods working at Land O'Lakes, a Fortune 200 farmer-owned co-op. I have a deep knowledge in consumer trends, perceptions, and how to keep dairy in their homes. My partner Julie is a brand strategist and past CMO who's worked in the natural industry her entire career. We see a huge white space where multiple trends are converging. The wellness industry is booming. Take collagen, for example. Vital proteins alone is a monster business, and adaptogenic ingredients like mushrooms are mainstreaming. Four Sigmatic doubled their sales to $61 million in 1 year alone. And natural supplements are expected to be a $210 billion industry in the US by 2025. We're taking what's working in wellness and making it delicious. Finally. The market is ready for indulgent wellness. It's clear in the cultural space with movements like body positivity, wellness inclusion, COVID nesting, self-care, and mental wellness. Moodys is the needed next revolution in a big business that has no sign of slowing down. In fact, it'll only continue to grow with the most anxious generation ever, Gen Z. And where better to launch this than California? We call it Treat Yourself Wellness, where Moodys is the best of all worlds. Elevated foodie flavors, ultra-premium ice cream, and proven wellness ingredients, hitting all the pleasure centers in one delicious snack. Each flavor uses functional ingredients like essential oils, turmeric, ginger, blueberries, and collagen to deliver naturally mood-boosting benefits in a freaking delicious ice cream snack. These are our first 4 flavors with more in development. And Moodys comes in 2 sizes, pints and half pints. The snack size half pint is critical, and here's why. Our single-serve size drives product trial in places our customer is already going to treat herself. Places like college campuses, coffee shops, spas, and resorts. We are a fun and functional replacement for other sweets and snacks. After our single-serve introduces Moodys, shoppers can buy again and again in specialty grocery, natural and e-com, and on-demand delivery. It's where customers go to find what's hot, and where we can build retail relationships to grow smart and sustainably. We're going to drive velocity by introducing new frequent occasions for ice cream in our marketing content and partnerships. We'll show her how Moodys replaces a collagen or adaptogen mix-in, candy or sweet, cookie or pastry, and it goes without saying, but we'll still be there for after-dinner Netflix and chill. We'll show her that Moodys is a trade-up in calories, cost, and satisfaction. Plus, working with micro-influencers across categories and like-minded brands is a strategy that works, and we will use it. Treat Yourself Wellness is the next evolution in self-care. We're going to get real about very emotional eating and feeling moody. The channels we've chosen position Moodys as a lucrative venture. We're projected to sell $99.3 million annually through a combination of food service, specialty grocery, and e-com. Our sales will bring value back to the farm level by sourcing 19.2 million pounds of milk, 16 million pounds of cream, and 1.5 million pounds of NFDM. Using real California milk, we're creating revenue and jobs right here in the California milk shed. Moodys is a good investment, and we're ready to hit the ground running. Last year, we tested our product with 700 paid customers, so we can use Snackcelerator funds to operationalize in California, distribute in food service to drive trial, get placement in key natural and specialty grocery stores, and marketing. Moodys has a big runway. From new formats for grown-ups like Pops, Bites, and Creamers to Little Moodys for kids, putting brain-boosting omegas, vitamins, and superfoods into tasty ice cream, pops, and yogurt they actually want to eat, following market trends along the way. Thank you for your help thus far. We're excited to keep building Moodys with you. Today and every day, remember to treat yourself wellness.
Thanks so much, Rachel. Why don't we bring you on stage? I have to say, Rachel had the best line in the entire application process. She ended her entry with California, let's spoon. It got an out loud laugh for me as I was reading through all the different documents. So Marcelo, let's start with you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rachel, for the great advertisement, and thanks for being here. I'm curious about your margins. I mean, if I remember well your presentation, you're planning to sell $100 million, right? Almost 99. What are your margins? And how do you get from revenue to gross margin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are currently producing at our most inefficient state, which fully loaded cost of goods sold is about $3 per pint. So then when you factor in the wholesale cut for the distributor and then for the retailer, we're currently working at about 30 to 40%. The margin is going to be a little bit higher on those snack sizes because it is a smaller quantity. So we have built in a model that currently is profitable, but then as we continue to scale and get efficiencies at scale, we can be able to dip more into promotions and things like that and still be able to turn a profit.
Thank you, Rachel.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
Thanks.
Noel, let's turn to you.
Yeah, great idea. Combining the mood enhancing ingredients with ice cream. I did try the the ginger citrus. Had quite an icy texture, and that it really felt more like a frozen fruit than an ice cream. I was. What are you going to do to resolve that iciness in this product?
Yeah, great question. So the samples that you've received were benchtop from R&D. We actually had to push back our first production run. So it was a different iteration and not run on the same equipment that our ultra premium formulation will be run on. So the product that comes out of there is going to be a lot more like the rosemary mint chip that you tried, with a 17% butterfat content and an overrun of about 40%. So unfortunately, in one of the flavors, you did get more of a benchtop, but the attributes are going to be a lot more like the really creamy, rich, gooey rosemary mint chip that you had.
Yes, I noticed quite a difference between those two. Another question I had was, how much of your budget are you allowing for marketing costs? Because a lot of these retailers, once you show up, the question is, what are you going to give us to put this stuff on the shelf? So how much have you allotted for that?
Yeah, trade spend is a killer, and we have been learning a lot about the very unsexy world of chargebacks. So we are prepared for those types of conversations. When it comes to promotion calendar and as a new product on the shelf, we are not targeting promotion during regular ice cream season where a lot of other ice creams will, because that's just when the demand is higher and it's not as necessary. So promotions are going to be more around those times when we need to drive more volume because it's not peak ice cream season. And then we have budgeted about 30 to 45% of revenue going back into marketing spend. The traditional things that you can do to help get on shelf if you don't have the most robust promotion calendar because you're just starting out is free fills. And obviously slotting fees are something that are really standard. So we do have a mentor that is incredibly well respected and well versed in the retail distribution space. She actually leads sales for Van Leeuwen, and she's helping us work out our calendar for promotions.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Heather, we're going to turn towards you.
Rachel, thank you so much for the presentation and great job. And thank you for the samples. They were delicious.
Yay!
Question for you, just around your source of volume. You mentioned some new occasions you were looking to unlock, but also potentially looking for consumers to trade up to a more premium option. Can you talk a little bit about where you see the bulk of your volume coming from?
Yeah, the bulk of our volume is going to be in that snack size for a couple reasons. So that snack size is ultra portable, as you saw in the ones that you got. We have a spoon in the lid, so you literally don't have to prepare anything. You can just grab and go. And then tapping into those alternative channels that are not as conventional, but still very profitable and drive a lot of volume as in food service. And so targeting places like college campuses where students are super stressed out. And to be honest, they're also not usually spending their own dollars. So they're going to be a little more comfortable with that treat. And that price point, day spas, resorts, and other places where people want to add to the elevated ambiance of their experience and have a delicious functional treat. So we really anticipate most of the volume being in that new, smaller snack size, but definitely have a very robust operation set up to be able to deliver on the traditional pints, which is where we see the velocity in retail being driven.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Jarrett.
Great job, Rachel. Really enjoyed your presentation and product. It's very hip and on trend, especially with everyone being locked up and being in different moods.
Yep.
My question for you is, I saw the $99.3 million goal. I'm curious a little bit more on your strategy on, time and how you plan to get there. Is that a 3-year goal, a 5-year goal? And if so, how long, or what are your goals in getting that 9.3 million?
Mm-hmm. That is what we're conservatively projecting at scale. So if you notice, it was the serviceable obtainable market. So not just the total size of the prize or what we think Moodys may be able to fit with our target customer, but what we think is actually realistic, and that we can drive at scale. So this is our 3 to 5 year number. So a big portion of that comes from specialty grocery because that is just where people are purchasing. And they're looking for a product like Moodys. They're spending more on a treat that is going to help them feel better. They want to experiment and have something new. So that is a very lucrative revenue stream. And then those alternative channels in food service are really big, like those college campuses, those spas, those resorts, places where people are having an experience. And there's also not as much competition for this type of product or, any other type of ice cream product. And so we are also targeting e-commerce because obviously e-commerce, you have to go there. And so we are looking at pulling into places like Thrive Market that is currently already shipping frozen. Our target customer shops there. They already have the distribution and supply chain built in. And then we also have identified a third-party logistics frozen distribution company for direct to consumer that's part of that e-commerce as well. So we know that most of our revenue isn't going to be driven through direct to consumer, but there's a lot of marketing insights and trends. And so we feel like it's really important to show up there.
Thank you.
Rachel, thank you so much. That was great. We're going to move quickly to our next contestant, which is Petitpo with founder Maxime Pouvreau.
Hi everyone, my name is Max and I'm the founder of Petitpo. So about 12 years ago, I moved to San Francisco to work in the restaurant industry. I'm from France originally and I'm a pastry chef. And when I got here, I couldn't find the desserts that I grew up eating from the grocery stores in France or in Europe. And that's how the idea came about, to start Petitpo. being a pastry chef, I already had the recipes, so it was relatively easy for me to come up with the product. And I started developing the product out of the restaurant kitchen that I was working at. So about 6 years ago, Petitpo was born, and now fast forward to today, we're in about 6,000 grocery stores across the country and 9 different flavors. But today I would love to introduce you our newest product that we're working to develop with the Real California Milk Association and this accelerator, a delicious organic chocolate mousse. So today consumers are looking for really high quality product with a very clean label, but also portion control. They don't want to just overeat, they want small things that are really tasty and really delicious. And Petitpo really respond to this trend. Most of our consumers are female, about 85%. They tend to be married and have kids, and they usually see the product, want to buy it for the kids, but they bring it home, try it a little bit, and decide that find it amazing and eat it themselves. We have our own manufacturing plant in Emeryville, California, which is a really advantage for us to come up with new products faster in terms of R&D, but really maintain the quality, which is really important to us. But also the shelf life, that's really a big key to our product. We have a very short shelf life, so having our own manufacturing helps us really control that. So today we're in about 6,000 grocery stores across the country. Our biggest one is Whole Foods, but we also have Savory, Albertson, Publix, H-E-B, and we recently started working with Costco. We're the #1 brand in the natural channel in terms of the refrigerated desserts, and we're also the fastest growing brand in the Mulo category. We are also the #1 desserts at Whole Foods. As you can see on the right, we have great velocities, especially on the West Coast, where we can sell up to like 25 units per store per week per flavor. And also on the East Coast, where we're doing really, really well. So today, with this accelerator, I'd love to introduce you our newest product. It's an organic chocolate mousse. So while this may sound pretty simple, it's actually really challenging to make at scale and also have a long shelf life with a clean label. In order to be able to sell this throughout the country, you have to have at least 60 days shelf life, and that's where the challenge comes in. And that's why we're really excited to team up with the accelerator and the Real California Milk Association to develop this product and make something that's super delicious and that can be scaled and sold throughout the country. So we really have identified a white space in the dessert category. You can see our product on the left where we're really premium, and all the way to the right where you have the Jello product that are much low-end product. So we're organic, premium packaging, a very clean label, and also it's all in glass, which is a very eco-friendly packaging. So here's the team. You have myself with 15 years of experience as a pastry chef, but we also have Eric, who's our COO, who has 16 years of experience in the CPG industry, including 10 years at Danone. And then recently we've hired Pierre, who's our head of sales, who used to work at Cool House Ice Cream, who has tons of experience in the CPG. And we're very excited to grow this company together. So this shows a little bit about the engagement that we're getting on social media. Petitpo is doing really well compared to other brands in this similar category. And there's a few posts out here that you can see, including Jessica Alba, who this is not a paid advertising. This was totally organic. We're very proud of that. We have a really great following on social media. Thank you so much. I'm really excited. I hope you really enjoyed the samples that we sent you and that you're really gonna like this product. Thank you so much.
Max, thanks so much, sir. And listen, it's no big deal. Jessica Alba reposts most of my social media posts also. Noel, let's start the questions on Petitpo with you.
Okay. I love the packaging. I'm a big fan of glass. I think it's the future. I know it's the past, and I think it's the future. So love the packaging. I love the fact that it came in the 2-pack with both bottles with this. Love the fact that there was a coupon in there. I love the whole thing. think it looked really good. Now I was a little bit confused, and I would like to clarify this. It said a price point on your presentation of $2.99. That $2.99 is for a 2-pack.
No, that's for the singles. For the 2-pack, that was actually for current line, but for the chocolate mousse 2-pack, we're aiming to a $4.99 price point for 2.
$4.99 for the 2-pack. Okay, and that's retail.
Yes.
Okay. My other question is shelf life. What have you gotten the shelf life to, and what do you think the potential is to extend the shelf life?
So this is something that we're still working on right now. I have seen similar products in Europe that have about a month shelf life, but the goal is, we feel like for the US, we need to be at least at 60 days in order to be able to distribute nationwide, and we feel like it's possible, and that's what we're working on. 60 days, 60 to 90 days. I mean, 90 days would be ideal, but I don't think it would be possible. So 60 days is definitely a great goal.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, I love the product. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Terrific. Heather, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, no, thank you. I have to say, I also loved the pear, and I think it was described as velvety, which was totally on point. So absolutely delicious. So I was just hopped online real quick and checked out the rest of your products. Can you talk a little bit around how you see this fitting in, or living alongside with your existing portfolio, especially knowing you have a chocolate product already in play?
That's a great question. We feel like when we look at the data, it seems like chocolate in this category is really strong. And so even though adding another chocolate product we may think like it might cannibalize the current chocolate, but it seems to be incremental when we look at the data trend, because people really consume a lot of chocolate in the pudding and dessert category. And it's slightly different. It's quite different from what we're making today, which we feel like will make really add to the incremental of the current line, the incrementality.
Great.
No, sorry,
Jared,
are you planning to line price it?
Sorry? Oh, in terms of the line pricing?
$4.99 price point, is that line price with the rest of the line?
It is line priced. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Sorry about that, Heather. Jared.
Great job, Max, and congrats on your success so far. My question is around your slide. The name of the game for pretty much everyone is velocity. It's one of the most important metrics in the supermarket industry. I'm curious how you plan to continue to grow those velocities, and some of the success so far you've discovered by getting to those velocities, and how you got there.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I think a lot of the velocity that we got was from some like testing, like demos. Obviously during COVID, the demos has been really challenging, and so we've been pushing more on digital media. But as you know, hopefully COVID goes away, we'll be able to go back into the stores and hand out samples, which I think we found that to be the best way to generate trials. And I hope you guys enjoyed the samples, but to us, when you try the product, you go back to it right away. And that's the best way to generate that velocity and create that awareness. So demos, and then pushing with obviously the trade spans, so TPRs is also another great way to generate trial.
Great. Marcelo.
Absolutely. Max, thank you very much. I ate the two of them at the same time, so portion control didn't work. I'm a numbers person, so you mentioned $4.99 at the pack of 2. I'm curious about if you can, tell me what the margin of that $4.99.
So
in very large chains, I want to understand a little bit what's the cost of trading in those places in percentage points, obviously.
So you cut a little bit on the last question. So you're asking about trade span? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay. The margins that we're working on for this product is about 40 to 45% gross margin. And the trade, we're hoping to, at the beginning, we're going to have to invest heavily into the trade, and we're looking at 20 to 22 points of trade, but especially with including slotting at the beginning. But as we grow, we're trying to manage that lower to about 16 to 18 points.
Mm-hmm. What are the strategies to get to the 16 points?
So at the beginning, that includes slotting, right? So when the slotting is paid for, then that goes down a little bit, and that gets to a much manageable trade after the second year.
Okay. Thank you, Max.
Max,
thank you
so much. We're gonna move now to our third contestant. Is FitPro USA Heroes Cookies with founder Gus.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gus Mangarodakis, and I have the honor of being the CEO of FitPro USA. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about our company and the new addition to our product line, Hero Side Snack Protein Cookie, fueling the everyday hero. So our mission is to create and innovate better for you, great tasting food products that empower people and enable them with the tools to become and make healthier decisions. Originally a sports nutrition company, Muscle Milk, BSN, Atkins, Champion Nutrition. We had this formula. I started paying attention to it. It tasted great, no IG issues. And I go, this is not a supplement. This is a real food product. This is a real dairy food product. And not only that, it's probably one of your best sources of protein. So it started becoming very widely accepted by the general health and wellness consumer. And I said, we have something here. So hence, changing from Go to Hero Shake to fit today's climate. And now we're expanding our line with our Hero Side Snack Cookie. So again, just to talk about changing the narrative, our formulations are bringing dairy back to the forefront. That we're now, like I said, we're again attracting that health and wellness consumer, people that could not have dairy products or drink protein shakes because of taste, or again, a chemical taste, or it just tasted powdery. This is it. For gastrointestinal people, that ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, celiac disease, we've not had a problem with anybody yet. Being shelf stable, 14, 15, 16 months, they do great with e-commerce, and that's been a very big success for us as well. Our consumers, going from hardcore athletes, we have the GI distress, as I mentioned, no flare-ups. Lifestyle changers, just want to lose a little bit of weight, get in shape, but gosh darn it, they won't do it unless something tastes really good. This is it. We make them happy. Your more professional athletes that are more serious, active, healthy lifestyle as well, they love it. It takes care of the protein needs. Again, no GI distress. And the main focus for us, and a big deal for us, is that chief health officer, mom. Mom's in charge of the refrigerator. She's in charge of what goes in the fridge. She's the gatekeeper. She's involved in youth sports, and she's a label reader. We make mom happy. We make everybody happy. And the cool thing is we take a lot of guilt off mom because her kids are now drinking something they like and tastes good and is good for them. Real milk, real food. Here we are, Hero Side Snack Cookie. 15 grams of protein, carries the Real California Milk Seal and also the National Real Milk Seal. We're very proud of it. It is very functional. We're going to have one for energy, one for probiotic, and one for recovery. And we'll see what else we'll do from there, offering them in different flavors as well. Again, no GMO, no artificial colors, sweeteners, no sucralose, no added hormones. And again, the big deal for us is no gluten. Big deal for us, even bigger deal for dairy, how much milk it takes to bake our proteins. Hero Shake takes 3 gallons to make a 12-pack. A 12-pack of the kids, 1.14 gallons. A 12-pack of cookies is 1.13 gallons. The cool thing is, people that are active, family, healthy people are drinking 1 shake per person a day, sometimes more. We have people that are drinking 15 cases a month of FitPro Hero Shake, which equates to 45 plus gallons of milk. Nutrition bars, cookies, and gels, that is a constant 6-7% growth per year over year, which will be approximately $7 billion a year here in another 1 or 2 years. Strong brand loyalty, Amazon, our customers that go to Amazon and that find us there, 44% purchase rate. You can see our distribution highlights, lifetime #1 seller there. Grassroots sports marketing, heavily involved with youth sports, team programs, and we are the go-to protein shake. We, again, very heavily involved in sports, youth travel programs, and coach organizations. I just want to thank you, California Milk Advisory Board and Venture Fuel, for having me here today, and I really look forward to growing our business with you.
Gus, thanks so much. Any cookie that's going to make me stronger, I'm into it. And I think you noticed that I totally chickened out on your last name. So welcome to the stage.
It's Miladodakis. Very, very Irish. No, I'm kidding. It's Greek. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, Heather, let's start with you.
Hi, Heather.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
I have to say, we tried these, and I also had my kids try these tonight, and they also loved them. So
good.
Maybe I'm that mom. So hey, curious for this. So it sounds like you already have some shakes in distribution. What would be your distribution strategy as it relates to the cookie format?
Okay, so our distribution is, we have already kind of built a distribution out. We are literally changing. So we were at the FitPro Go Hero Shake. In light of what's going on, what I was doing originally was making a FitPro Hero Shake as a tagline behind that. As you watch your kids on the field, mom, softball, baseball, and vice versa, they're your heroes because you're someone's hero, and vice versa. But in light of what's going on, we started talking with this COVID thing. We kind of slowed down and said, Lord, let's name the whole thing Hero Shake. So now it's the Hero Shake line, fueling the everyday hero. And we also have because you're someone's hero. So our distribution, for example, Lifetime Fitness is ready to take them. A lot of the gyms, 24-hour fitness, In Shape. And we are going to be right back on Amazon. Our Amazon growth, and I don't have my CIO on the phone, and Marcelo, that would be somebody you would mesh with. But so we had a very, very constant growth. We had a 45 to 48% of our customers turn into repeat customers. And with less than a year, we had 3,500 new customers. In fact, Amazon had approached us twice to be the only person to be able to make a protein shake commercial on the iOS platform for Amazon. So, but we didn't get to that point because we kind of moved manufacturing, and we're kind of getting back to that. And I can explain more on that as well. As far as other distribution, we have distribution now. Go back to our Safeways, our Krogers, our Walmarts.com. There's a lot of interest in cookies, protein cookies. I don't know if you've tasted some of the other ones that are out there. I just wanted to remind myself today. So I brought the Lenny and Larry's cookie home, and I brought the, the Quest. It's a very different tasting cookie, and it's a huge seller for them. What you tasted today, Heather, is my first day tasting it as well. We just started on that 6 weeks ago, and our formulators that did that cookie, that worked with my partner, Mike Zampano, who's a former founder of Champion Nutrition. They did BSN, they did Atkins, they did the keto diet, and quite a few of the Orgain. So I have a pretty good formulating team behind me. There, and muscle milk too, by the way. I know that's not a real nice word around California milk, but yes. So, yep.
Great. Jarrett.
Hey guys, great job. Enjoyed trying both of the cookies. They did taste very good compared to what I was expecting for a protein-based cookie. So I was proud by the end product.
One thing, Jared,
That being
that's
said,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no worries. That being said, my biggest question is, how do you plan to really differentiate yourself from the other bars and protein cookies that are out there?
Okay, so the same way we did with our protein shake, first of all, it's all natural. There's not gonna be any artificial colors or flavors in that thing. It's gonna have multi-functions. And the big thing, Jared, I found out, I've been at this now, blood, sweat, and tears, and financial, trust me, delicious. It's got to taste good. So we wanna really differentiate ourselves by being completely natural and healthy and deliver all those functions, but at the same time, it's got to be delicious if you're going to be in that space. And that's the way we get a lot of our new customers. We're making shake drinkers, just to back up, out of people that wouldn't normally drink protein shakes because it tastes great. So women will drink it. There's no IG issues or GI issues, excuse me. It tastes great. So I like to say we take people and we make shake drinkers out of people that wouldn't normally drink them. In other words, they drink it because they want to, not because they have to. So the same thing with this cookie. Again, that was the first round I got today. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, it's going to be that much better. And we're going to do we're going to do a lemon cookie, a snickerdoodle, a peanut butter. So we're gonna pretty good. And like you said, I had my kids try it, and that's my best meter, right? They loved it. So I know we're on the right track, and we're going to be done with it real quick.
Great. Marcelo, what questions do you have?
Yeah, I have one similar to Jared. I mean, great cookie. I love it. I'm a triathlete, so I used to eat these things regularly.
Oh, good.
My preference is, Lenny and Larry's, and it's
Yes.
a cookie that I have from my times in Mondelez. So I'm curious about, besides, milk-based product in your case, how do you differentiate from a cookie like, Lenny or Larry's that have a large market landscape? What's your marketing strategy to fight? Because they have a big place in the
No,
marketplace.
I totally understand. And I tell you what, when I got in this business, if I'm given a task, I say, I don't think about what I'm really taking on, right? But you're absolutely right. Because we got in, who was my biggest competitor? Muscle Milk, Core Power, Labrada, big ones. And I got to tell you, so this is just to kind of tell you, it's just going back to the customers and education and doing demos and using our existing channels that we already got in. Give you an example. When we were in 7-Eleven and did a test, our protein shake sold 7-1 over Muscle Milk. That's what got us in Safeway. That's what got us in Kroger originally. And that, to be honest with you, when I went for the third time to Virginia to meet with the commissary, the military, they have all the commissaries. The guy is so stuck on IRI data. It's, for Muscle Milk, and I forgot what the other one. And I said, look, LaRue, you got to put that away. And I talked to him, and he gave me a thumbs up. He accepted us. The only thing that happened was our packaging through SIG, we were taking on that new, very eco-friendly packaging they put out through Steuben, had some issues. So we're waiting on that, and I'm bringing all the manufacturing back to California. So as far as differentiating ourselves, if you look at the ingredients, we're going to be way better. We're going to taste better. So it's just being out there and doing demos. And literally, another example is we were going to meet with 450 colleges. So we were already in West Point, UCLA, we're the go-to at UCLA College, a University of Virginia. Another cool story I'll tell you guys real quick. So we had our protein shakes. I'm just going back to flavor.
Gus, I'm sorry to cut you off on this one. We don't have time for that story, but we do have time for one more question from Noel. So Noel, I'll turn it over to you. That's okay.
I guess I'll echo the sentiment of everyone else. It was very tasty. I didn't expect that good a flavor in something that's so healthy.
Right.
Just one question for you. I know these are samples, and so we didn't get a nutritional panel. I was wondering, what is the carbohydrate count? How many grams of carbs in one of these things?
Right. So the carbohydrate count is going to be anywhere between 15 and 17. And we're playing with it right now. I tell you what, Noel, I would rather sacrifice a few more carbs, healthy carbs through fiber, and not sacrifice so much taste. Because to me, taste is everything. We're the go-to shakes in all these schools, and we deal with youth. My daughter's team sold 26 pallets of FitPro shakes within 2 months. That's almost 10,000 gallons of milk, you know. So I'm just trying to give you guys an example. We really go after that real healthy, wholesome, delicious flavor. And we have a really, really good team. The person that helped us, and you all will probably recognize it, is Lloyd Metzger, who helped us put our formula together, who's one of the chief top formulas in the country for real dairy. Yeah. So we have a really good team as far as all that goes. So I guess that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Gus, we appreciate it greatly.
Yep. I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate it. Yep.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Gus.
Thank you, Gus. So we're going to move now to our last contestant of the evening. It's Frotero Ice Cream with founder Vedant Sabu.
Good evening. I'm Vedant, co-founder of Frotero Ice Cream. An average American consumes 44 pints of ice cream every year, making this industry a $10 billion market. Some notable trends in the food industries are increasing consumption of non-fluid dairy, preference for cleaner labels, need for cultural products, particularly from Latin America, advent of fruits, and continued premiumization. Based on these trends, we bring to you Frotero, an all-natural tropical fruit ice cream. Our flavors include mango, guava, and passion fruit. Frotero is super creamy, made with 14% butterfat dairy, and is loaded with 100% real fruit. Each 16 ounce of Frotero cup has 11 ounces of real milk. With lower calories, cleaner ingredients, and transparent sourcing, we are a better-for-you product. We celebrate our dairy and fruit farmers. An association with CMAB will further push our endeavor of transparent sourcing, thereby substantially enhancing the trust of our consumers. Frotero has a unique position. In the ice cream market, there are multiple brands catering to the traditional American flavors like chocolate, both in the dairy and the non-dairy segments. Newer companies like Mimo, positioned as Asian-inspired premium mochi ice cream, have very rapidly gained market share. Likewise, Frotero is the first company to bring in Latin culture to ice creams through tropical fruits. One of the growing segments in the frozen dessert category has been fruit sorbets. Frotero's mission is to bring this innovation back to the dairy segment and give consumers the unique proposition of real ice creams with quality fruits. Our first consumer segment, of course, are folks with Latin American heritage who are culturally connected to the tropical fruits. They pay premium for Frotero because the fruits remind them of their childhood. Whenever such a consumer tastes our product, they instantly tell us a story about the time when they were in Latin America and were having fruits like guanabana. Our other consumers want such authentic products from other cultures, and they seek quality ingredients. Mike and I started Frotero in May of 2019, and since then, we have expanded our operations rapidly. Today, Frotero's customers include grocery stores all over the East Coast, like Whole Foods, Giant, Westside Market, and many, many more. Grocery chains like Safeway, Albertsons, and Winn-Dixie in California and Florida are currently reviewing Frotero. The uniqueness of Frotero has attracted excitement from the buyers. In this chart, you can see Frotero's historical sales performance in Whole Foods and Giant stores. The graph shows Frotero outperforming the industry by 33%. Our bestseller Mango is outperforming its peers by 64%. Based on this velocity, our sales, for instance, in the 325 stores of Albertsons in South California, will result in annual sales of 245,000 units, which in turn will have a daily requirement of 21,000 gallons of real milk. Our goal is to become a large national brand in 3 years. In 2021, we will launch Frotero in Florida and California. In 2022, we will expand nationally. And in 2023, we will add new categories to Frotero like yogurts. Based on our plan, we will increase our daily requirement from 200,000 gallons of real milk next year to almost 1.4 million gallons in 2023. Marketing support and access to network of sales channel both nationally and internationally through this Snackcelerator will be instrumental for us to achieve this goal. To support sales, we have onboarded regional sales partners in California, Florida, and Texas. This has a cumulative strength of more than 100 sales reps. We also have a roster of close mentors to guide us on our journey. Thank you.
Dan, thank you so much. That was awesome. We'll bring you to the stage here now to talk more about Frotero. And Jarrett, why don't we start with you?
Great. Great job, Vedant. Enjoyed your presentation, enjoyed your product as well. My question, with it being very focused on tropical fruit as your theme and knowing how competitive the ice cream space is, there's a constant need for change and innovation, whether that be most of the time needing to swap flavors to build your presence. Can you give me a little bit insight on how you plan to continue to grow specifically in the ice cream space with the tropical fruit flavors?
No, absolutely. I think, Jared, we started with 5 SKUs, which are 5 different fruits. In our pipeline currently, there are 3 additional fruits, peach, blackberry, and strawberry, which we want to bring. So I think what we see holistically, the first level of product innovation would be in pints, adding new flavors. The next step of innovation will be actually going into novelty space with fruit ice cream bars. So I think the first level with this 5 SKUs expanded to new fruit flavors. The second, go to the novelty. And the third, which is 3 years down the line, is to expand in new categories. Of course, there are only so many flavors. And as you saw in one of our charts, Guanabana is currently not performing above industry average. So if that kind of requires to be swapped with strawberry or peach or blackberry, I think that's something which we aim to do continuously.
Thank you.
Awesome. Marcelo.
Yeah, well, thank you, Vedant, for the presentation. I love the ice cream. I'm Latino and my wife is Latina, so we enjoy the mango one pretty much. Creamy, super delicious. I mean, question here is, you have an aggressive growth rate. I just want to understand 2 things, marketing strategies that you plan to put in place to get that growth, and also how your margins will evolve, as you grow.
No, absolutely. So I think first question, marketing. The most important marketing is on the shelves with the packaging. The second is price promotions in the store and doing demos. So we have 20% of our revenue, which we want to just do price promotions and increase trials. I think the most important thing in our marketing is our brand advocate program. So what we do is whenever we start in a region, we identify micro influencers or food bloggers in that region, kind of send them their samples. These people have followers of 10,000 to 30,000. They post Frotero, tell 2 things. Tell their followers about Frotero and also tell them where to buy it, which kind of goes in popularity. Our pilot in Whole Foods Mid-Atlantic increased our sales twice in 7 weeks. Now, on your second point, on pricing structure, so currently a full pint of Frotero sells at $5.49. After the channel margin, we get around 270 to 280 per unit. Out of this, we make 50 to 60% gross margins, which is what we currently do. Going forward, of course, as our economies of scale increase, our COGS will come down and kind of further expand our margins.
Excellent. Thank you.
Great. Noel.
Same thing, echoing the sentiment. 14% butter fat, very creamy. You can taste it. Very good texture, very high quality. And I can see that you're aiming at a specific ethnic market to start with, because people remember those flavors. And I was looking at you're currently looking at going towards basically brick and mortar retailers across the country. How about international? Are you aiming to? Why not take that product back to those countries where people are very familiar with those flavors, and maybe they don't have that quality of ice cream in their market? Have you looked at going international with this?
No, absolutely. I think, Noel, that is one of the big pushes we are making recently. In fact, Jarrett introduced me to one of the international contacts of CMAB, and we are kind of exploring the initial reactions. To your point, whether there are such premium ice creams in Latin America, we get all our products from Colombia, by the way. We get all our fruits from Colombia. There aren't such high quality products. There aren't such high quality products in a lot of Southeast Asian countries, Singapore, Japan. So all of that is definitely a very, very interesting opportunity for Frutero.
Okay, thank you.
Love it. Heather, you have the last question.
Hey, Vendan, thank you so much. And we really definitely enjoyed the flavors. And I think these are really great, and seems to have a corner in the marketplace where you're taking things out of sorbet and into this creamy deliciousness here. One of the questions I have for you is, you talk a lot about transparent sourcing, which I think is could be core to your proposition here. And also, two passion fruits inside. This one I've got melting at my desk. But can you talk a little bit about your story there? And it might actually dovetail Marcelo's question around, your sourcing plan today and how that you see that evolving as you scale.
So, very, very good question, Heather. How we started, we went and searched for the best fruits across the world. I grew up in India, and I grew up with all these tropical fruits and kind of have a palate for these fruits. We identified a few of our best fruits coming from Colombia. Our coconut, we identified the best were in Thailand. Over the last few months, we have developed relationship with farmers, with companies who can process these fruit and kind of manage with the same consistency, who are large enough to participate in our growth. The good thing is, in our product R&D, a lot of these companies and a lot of farmers don't just produce one fruit, they also produce more fruits. So with our product R&D, we will use the same kind of supply chain to supplement our new products. And they are quite scalable in terms of our next 2 years. We don't see we will need to kind of add or supplement our supply chain massively. So I think that's what makes us feel comfortable about our current sourcing of fruits.
Great. But Don, I have one question for you. So on your mango, are you using the Alfonso mango?
No, actually, I am not a big fan of Alfonso mango. We are using a Colombian mango, which actually tastes very much like a particular mango grown in east part of India, which is not exported much, but that's why we use Colombian, not Alfonso mango.
Amazing. Well, great. Well, great presentation, and thank you very much to the judges. So now it gets to be really fun. So our judges are going to go and submit their votes, and just reminding you all and them, they're looking at 4 factors. They're looking at uniqueness, taste, viability, and the founding team. And if any of you all have a favorite company, if one of these startups you think should win, just go on social media, #Snackcelerator, share the name of the company. We'll send you an invite to the finals off of that, and we'll be sure to amplify it as well. As the judges go to vote, I'm going to share with you a few fun videos from our friends at the California Milk Advisory Board. It'll take us about 5 minutes to get the votes together, so stay with us and hope you enjoy these videos.
These days, people are getting back to a simpler way of eating. Back to basics. We're returning to wholesome, natural food, the way our grandparents ate. It's not about chemically altered, overly processed food anymore. It's about real food. Dairy is at the heart of all of this. Milk and all the dairy products made from it, like butter, yogurt, ice cream, and cheese, provide protein and calcium to our families the natural way. Not only can you pronounce the ingredients, you can understand them and feel good about eating them. These days, our lives are busier than ever, and we often don't think about where our food comes from. Fact is, a lot of it originates in California, thanks to some of the most fertile farmland in the world and that warm California sunshine. It's no wonder we call it the Golden State. Some say the finest dairy products around start with milk, made right here in the land of milk and sunny. There are over 1,400 dairies in California, owned and operated by real people. Dairy families who love what they do and want you to love what you eat. For generations, California dairy farmers have dedicated their lives to caring for the cows who make the milk that goes into the dairy products we all love. These families have been making real food long before it became fashionable again. My name is Kirsten Arrayes, and I'm a real California dairy farmer. My family and I take great pride in what we do and in the foods that are made from our milk. We love knowing that families all over have the opportunity to eat the same real food that our family enjoys. Families that are probably a lot like yours. Return to real. Look for the seal.
You will enter the Golden State with creamy California ice cream. The delicious taste cradles you like a mama bear coming home to her cub after weeks away at a work seminar in Kansas City. Now hibernate, baby bear, with dreams of rich ice cream.
What's next? Whatever it is, it's coming at us faster every day from every corner of the globe. What's next isn't where it used to be. It's everywhere else, and it's relentless. Some companies think what's next only happens through R&D or acquisitions. For them, what's next might be fatal. The most innovative companies are partnering with startups to do more with less, to hack problems, and to unlock growth. The most innovative companies turn to venture fuel to solve their corporate challenges with innovative solutions. Our global innovation network includes over 500 leading venture capitalists, universities, accelerators, and angel investors. Heck, even our scouts have scouts, which is why at any given time, we have eyes on up to 2 million vetted startups around the world. But you don't care about 2 million startups. You care about the ones that can solve your problem, which is why we don't give you lists. We deliver custom vetted solutions. So whether you want to transform innovation across your company, or solve an immediate challenge with tangible results, or simply discover what's possible, Venture Fuel helps you inject innovation to stay ahead of the pace of change. What's next? What's next is now.
You will enter the Golden State with mouth-watering California cheddar. The robust flavor sends a tingle all over your body. A tingle that can only be described in one word: tingly.
This is my first year farming on my own. I get up a little bit earlier than sunrise and try to get my stuff done.
I'm teaching Logan everything that I know how to do. He's learning to do all these things that a lot of kids at this age maybe don't care about.
I'd rather be on a tractor than inside playing video games.
It's exciting. Dairy business went from my dad to me and hopefully someday to him. I think he'll be successful at it.
You will enter the Golden State with luscious California butter on toast. The rich butter is so comforting, it's like being wrapped in 1,000 warm blankets. Yet, you won't be too hot, because they're really thin blankets, whose cumulative effect is that of one standard blanket. You will enter the Golden State with fresh California mozzarella. The divine taste hits your tongue, and your worries are lost at sea, never to return, because they wasted their only signal flare on a whale they thought was a submarine. Stupid worries, stupendous mozzarella. You will enter the Golden State with delectable California butter. You'll lose yourself in the deliciousness, then find yourself again. Then find yourself lost in what you found, which you'll find is what you lost yourself in. And that won't be lost on you, even when you're lost, like I am now.
I'm not going to lie, I've watched the asparagus version of that a few times. It cracks me up every time. Those are so amazing. This is the time we've all been waiting for. First off, our friends at the Consumer Research Disruptor Perksy, they showed the same commercials that you saw tonight to over 500 consumers and asked them which they would put into their shopping cart. And with that information, we're able to come up with our fan vote to see who the fans would choose of these semifinalists. So let's start there and show the fan vote for this semifinal. The winner of the fan vote is Frotero. I will say this was incredibly close across the board with all the votes that came in. So very exciting there. And now it gets really exciting. What we've done is we've tabulated that fan vote. We've gotten all of the judges you saw on screen. They've put in all their votes. We've tabulated it. And now we're going to see who gets to move on. This is the last spot available in the finals. So let's get a little cowbell here. And let's see who the winner is. Max from Petitpo. Congratulations, Max. It's super exciting. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you. This is so awesome. Thank you so much. I can't believe it.
Congratulations, sir. That was great.
I'm so happy. Thank you very much. Very excited to move forward with this competition.
Well, I can say it was absolutely delicious. I know the judges said that as well. So what do you think it was about your product that made the difference here in this super, super competitive semifinal?
I really think that the uniqueness and the taste is really what really make us stand apart, and that what's got us to the next level. I think one of the judges really commented on the glass, and all of them seemed to be really liking the flavor, and so I think that really made us stand apart.
Well, it was delicious. Congratulations. We'll see you in a week at the finals, and I'm psyched because this means I'm going to get a little bit more of that delicious chocolate mousse sent to me. So it all works out.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much. I'm very excited.
Great.
Bye.
We're going to jump over to Jarrett. So Jarrett, this was a tough field to judge. Am I right?
Oh, it was very tough, very tight race, and a lot of great brands that we're very excited about all four of them, and we believe that all four of the semifinalists in our bracket, have a chance to succeed in the market ahead of them.
Absolutely, and the judging was tight. It was very, very competitive. So, what do you think on your end? What was it about Max's product that maybe gave him that just the slightest of edges to move in front of the other companies?
I think Max nailed what he had said. We really enjoyed the taste and the texture. The glass packaging was unique. The packaging in general, we enjoyed how it popped and stood out and differentiated itself from the others we've seen out there. Everything checked the boxes in our eyes for this company.
Yeah, I think Marcelo said it well that he ended up eating both of his samples in the same sitting. I actually had to go back and get a smaller spoon because my spoon was too big for it. So I think you're onto something good with flavor when people are eating both samples and looking for more spoons.
Exactly. And I'd like to take this time to thank, all the CMAB, all the semifinalists thus far, and a special thanks to you, Fred and Shira, for doing such a great job on these past 4 semifinalists. And we really look forward, and I hope everyone tunes in for Thursday's, big finale.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Jared. I hope you have a good night. And we're going to bring John Talbot onto the stage here. John was a victim of the YouTube blackout and the technology drama that we went through there at the beginning. So, John, just wanted to first get your thoughts really quickly on the semifinal and Max's company and Petitpo, and how do you think it all went?
Oh, it's just been fabulous. Really exciting stuff. Just to see the ideas that have come in since the inception of this whole program, it's just amazing. We got 76 entries, which it just blows my mind, and very exciting stuff. And we're just very excited to be part of this and look forward to seeing who comes out on top next week. And I think the eventual winner between sweet and savory will be something everybody wants to see.
Yeah, I think it's pretty exciting. We've got two sweet and 2 savory going head to head, and that'll be on November 19th. And we'll put up all that information in a second. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the audience while we still have everybody?
Well, again, I'll echo what Jared just said, and that's our sincere thanks, certainly to all the participants and the judges. Some great ideas. I know it's been a ton of work, and we just appreciate your interest in the dairy industry, and we're going to do everything we can to get as many of these products out to market as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, my phone is blowing up. I think people want samples of these products. I just see it lighting up with everyone going, "Hey, how can I get some of these?" So we'll have to work together to get them there. So thanks so much, John. Have a great night. We'll see you at the finals. And thank you everybody for joining. Thank you to Shira Averbush on my team who spearheaded all of this, and it is making everything go so smoothly, as well as our friends at OS Studios who've put this all together. They've done just a fantastic job. For all of you listening, we would love to have you join us for the finals. It is November 19th. Just shoot us a note on social media. Just hashtag Snackcelerator. Say whatever you like about the competition on there, and we'll send you an invite to it. It could be on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you do the socials, as they say. And thanks again to all the dairy farmers and the entire California dairy community and everybody at CMAB. You are the most fun client to work with in the world, and we greatly appreciate the opportunity to partner with you on something so important. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. Have a great night.